Hello, ladies and gentlemen, Eddie Marcus here. So I wake up this morning and social media is focusing on the murders at the hand of hate, at the hand of white people. Murdering people because of their color and because of the lies that they have been fed. They say this young man says that he has been radicalized with lies that says that black people are going to exterminate to a degree white people, and that it is incumbent upon every real white person to keep guns and make sure that they are remaining in power. You see, what they are saying basically is that they're not trying to kill all people of color. They just want to make sure that they stay in power so that they can always walk on people. And I heard some white people saying the reason that this is happening because they have done so much evil to other people, and they believe that they are entitled to have their just reward, and that is for that same evil that you issued out to come back to you. And that is the way it is designed, ladies and gentlemen, for evil to come back to you. However, at the same time, we're trying to defeat evil by talking about righteousness. So those who are walking the plane of righteousness are not coming back at you. They don't have any time to come back at you. They're so busy living. However, I would say that if I were people or represented a group of people that came to a foreign land and deceived the people who lived there, tricked them, slapped them, and murdered them, so to speak, took the land. If I think about that, they took the land. And then you start thinking about having taken their lands, you start finding resources that are available, you start taking that, all of that, whatever resources that are available to the land that you have taken, now you claim to put your name on it because you were the one that did it, or you were the one that was associated with the finding. Then you come in and you reduce another people to the status of slaves and use them to do all your work to make you rich and supreme, God-like, and create your Bible with, well, you know, I'm just naming what has happened. Now, there are people like Elijah Muhammad who says that these are the activities of devils. We who were taught Christianity have been taught that white people didn't want to be called devils. So they justified all the stuff they did in the scriptures of the Bible. Now, it is in the scriptures of the Bible, and black people teach that stuff. And all the pain and suffering is still going on all over the world. And white people are still trying to make sure that they continue evil. Right now, the young man who got his gun went murdering people, that was evil. They're telling people about this threat and how they got to do this and all this ugly stuff they're talking about. Democrats are really no better than Republicans. It's just that right now you got the extreme evil. You got the extreme evil. Now, there's evil that's not this far in the Republican Party. You know, like Miss Cheney. And she represents evil, but she doesn't go to the extreme evil of trying to denounce the United States government takeover by some radicals who really don't care about the United States. Now, she's not for that. And you might keep black people from voting. She might support that, but not take over the country. See, ladies and gentlemen, this is what we kind of deal with every day. And this is why I'm constantly coming to you, trying to point this stuff out to you. And when I say point it out to you, I want you to understand the truth, not the lie. See, all of the pain and suffering that we go through every day, that's because we are living the lie. We are living the lie. Not just Americans, people all over the globe are living the lie. And this lie began with the beginning of humanity. When people started coming on earth, the lie started. And the lie has maintained itself. Now, there have been places where the lie had not had an effect, and it was things were working smooth. But then there's always somebody going to cross over to the border, think about how they can exploit. Let me give you an example of what I mean by exploitation. A few years ago, crack was everywhere in these major cities where people of power brought that crack and put it in these neighborhoods to use all kinds of exploitation methods. some to put people in jail, some to hook people in drugs, some to just get money, all kinds of stuff. But anyway, they brought the crack. And everybody was making money. Everybody was getting paid. All of a sudden, the word got out that, at least into some of these major cities like Chicago and other cities, that in Minnesota, they hadn't caught on to what was actually going on yet. So everybody, when I say everybody, I mean a lot of different groups of people trying to make money, hit to Minnesota so they could take advantage and exploit the people in Minnesota who weren't smart enough yet to know what was going on. The same thing when you went to the gas pump this morning and you found out somebody had increased that gas price up 25 cents or something just overnight. You don't get any more gas. They already jacked it up a couple of dollars, but you don't get any more gas. And now they don't want you to think that they're stealing it from you. They telling you that this is inflation and all this kind of stuff. That's what they're telling you. All this bull. They're telling you. They're feeding this stuff to you. They've taught it to you. You believe in it. And every time you're being robbed. So I come and tell you that there's a power that's not trying to rob you. What power is that? That's the power that made this earth that I'm standing on. What power is that? That's the power that made that gasoline that you're using. What power is that? That power that made all of the materials that those cars and vehicles are made out of, but made them available so that people who have been given the intellect to utilize that so that people on this earth who can use it for these various things can use it for these various things as a gift from God. But somebody had to exploit you and lie to you, and so they're making money off it. And now, let me tell you something. There is no one that is exempt from this. Now, I know there are a lot of good people. How much time we got? Ooh, let me see if I can wrap this up in another minute. There are a lot of good people on earth. Very, very, very good people. But that don't mean when you die, you in heaven. No, my friends. You know why? Let me tell you why. Because heaven could not put up with this stuff. This poverty, these ghettos, this racism. Heaven couldn't put up with that, but you can. You say, well, I didn't have no power. Well, God say, well, in heaven you got to have power. You caught why? Because you connected to God, and God got power. So when you are here on this earth and you think you're connected to God, the world knows it because you express the power of God in you. You doing here, you ain't putting up for no racism. You ain't putting up for no poverty and crime and violence. Not if you're a child of God. But you pretending, or you so deceived you think you are, you get along with it, but the evidence that you are not is that you're still living. If you were taking care of God's business, they'll be trying to kill you. Now, I'm going to leave that right there. Now, I'm going to leave that because I know you don't want to hear too much, but you know good and well I'm going to cut this off and start a new topic. Until then, bye-bye.